Sorry guys, mind the messy table behind me. So it's got a pillow. I know it's not really that appealing, but anyways, hi everybody. So I want to talk to you about something that I feel is important, even though I live in Canada. Canada is part of the part of the United States. It's just that, down south you have to vote for president in 2024, and people in like Florida and California and all that can't vote for our Prime Minister here in Canada. So I know that my vote doesn't really count, but I'm hoping that I can get the message out to people so then hopefully it will benefit the country, benefit your country, because for me personally, I don't really want to say I hate him, but I will say that I hate Donald Trump. I hate him to the gut, because, he didn't really do much for the virus. He didn't really do much of anything, actually. He only gave money he did give money, I'll give him credit that, but he only gave money to like the nurses and that. Other than that, and he gave money to other countries, but even in Canada, we have to deal with China now. For now. We have to deal with China to get our stuff made, and our stuff doesn't really last as long because it comes from China now. Because he charged a lot of countries for imported stuff, and now those people that make stuff, that made stuff in the States, like underwear and all them factories in the States, are out of a job now because of what he did, right? A lot of those people that made stuff in the States, right, we sent our products to them. We sent our products to the States, so they're out of a job, right? They had to look for different jobs, and back when Donald Trump was president, there wasn't many jobs out there. And then not only that, the virus as well. He didn't do a shit for the virus at all. He couldn't give a shit, about the virus. He obviously didn't care that people lost loved ones, and that he just said, oh no, it's okay, it's the China flu, and he even said that he got himself, but returned to work the next day. So it makes me wonder if he really did have it or not, because people that had the virus, even if he got like the vaccine to get rid of it at the start, I don't really think that anybody with common sense that had the virus would go back to work the next day. Although Joe Biden did, but he still had the safety precautions. He still wore a mask. And he encouraged everybody to wear a mask and get their shots. And now because of him, the virus is not too bad. Now because of him, the American people are not coming over here and then getting us sick, and vice versa. Us going over there and getting them sick. Because you see, we've been doing good for the virus. Justin Trudeau has been really good for the virus, and He had everything locked down a couple times, which is good because, it prevented people from getting sick. So at least he did his job. But Donald Trump didn't give a shit about anybody. He just said, oh, it's the China flu and the China flu. Meanwhile, some of the people in the United States, like, you lost friends and you lost loved ones, And I'm disgusted at how many people still support Trump. I'm completely disgusted about that. It makes me, because so many people voted for Joe Biden because they didn't like the way that Trump was going about it. And I believe that maybe those people are still, not supporting him. But there's thousands and still more that are. Probably not as much as there was because of the virus. Right? There's probably not as much as there was, but there still is like thousands and thousands of people at this Trump rally. So to me, in my opinion, those people are just as fucking evil as fucked up as, sorry, I don't mean to swear, but I will because it's how I really feel in the moment. Like, they're just as evil, disgusting little perverts, just like Trump. They obviously don't care about the fact that their loved ones would have died if Joe Biden wouldn't have had the vaccines and opportunities, because thanks to Joe Biden, we're not getting sick. The virus has died down here a lot. The reason that we're still getting the virus now is because the people already had the virus before. It's like when the flu virus first was announced. They had to make a vaccine for that. Even though the flu virus is gone, right? We still have to add the vaccine every single year, right? Because people that had the flu still got it. And that's how that came to be. That's why we get, that will be the same with the coronavirus as well. People that had it would still get it, and they could still pass it around. So we need shots to prevent it, or to make it so then it's easier for us. So when we get it, we don't get as sick. Because I remember getting the virus last year, and trust me, I was in bed for 3 freaking days. And although I didn't get it like a fever and chills and that, it just seemed like a really, really, really bad cold. Well, I posted a video on YouTube. You saw me. You heard me, what it was like. It was not fun, So, yeah. So, I definitely give our Prime Minister and that credit, for at least the virus, protecting us from the virus, and putting us on lockdown. Because thanks to him, at least he took it seriously, but I still wouldn't vote for him though, but that's for another time. That's a whole conversation altogether. I'm talking about Trump now. Because, see, on TV, like 2 years ago, I heard Trump, he was always on the news. He was always doing a news conference, and he said some pretty disgusting things. Like, he built a wall. He even said, and I heard him say it, I heard him say it too, when they put it up on the news. He said he's building a wall to get rid of the Mexican terrorists from coming over here and killing us all. Basically, he just thinks that they're all terrorism, right? But yes, and while that's true, people have immigrated from Mexico that that probably have committed mass murder in the past and even in the future. But you got to realize that they didn't just come down to Mexico just to shoot everybody. Half of those people that were immigrated from Mexico were already living in the United States and in Canada, right? So they just didn't come, they just didn't decide, oh, I'm gonna fly over here just for one day and commit mass murder. They didn't do that. No. No, they don't do that. They're already living in the United States. So the fact that people actually support that and believe him are just fucked up as he is. Because that's not even true. Right? So I think people should have more brains than to believe that. Because that's not even true. You know? And here I am. I have a chromosome 10 disorder, chromosome 10 deletion. Yeah, right? And autism. And I have psychotic behaviors. I do end up believing stuff that seem to be wild. And yes, I will admit my imagination does run wild sometimes. Sometimes I think things that don't make sense to other people. And yes, my imagination does run completely wild. And there's some things that don't make sense. I have said some things, and yeah, I will admit, I have some things and done things that maybe are not the best, and maybe that don't make sense, in the moment. And it's very bizarre. But I think everyone can agree with me. I don't think I would lack common sense enough to the point where I would literally believe that people that are flying in from Mexico or Syria and that just to shoot us all, just to kill everybody. That's just beyond my pale of imagination. So the fact that we believe that, they need more brains. Honestly, they need their heads examined, in my opinion. People are just fucked up. Like, I just can't stand it. And Joe Biden has been really, really, really good for the American people. Yes, he's been supporting Israel, and yes, not many people would like that. But Israel's in war right now, and it's only fair for a president to at least support another country. Imagine if that was the United States in war, or in Canada. Imagine if I was in war in Canada. People came in, because we get in the United States, and people have groups like gangs and terrorists that probably are against the government too, or probably against a group of people. But so there are opportunities where groups of people could be going into people's houses and killing our government too, and then causing us a war. They could be blowing up things in Toronto and Calgary and, you name it. They could be blowing up things in your